Ashley, your scrapping nerd, and I'm back today with a layout for day 8. We're on day 8 of 31 days of cut files, and the cut file today is like a burst, and I thought it looked like a firework, so I pulled in my Echo Park Yankee Doodle collection, and so the papers and the sticker sheet. And then I pulled in my thickers, flags, and frills. And so today I am going to use the cut file as a stencil. And so I couldn't really decide what papers I wanted to use, so I pulled in a bunch of them. But the front of this paper is like a plaid paper, but it's light colored. And so I knew that I wanted to do my stencil work on that one. And I wanted it to be like a diagonal so that it was just in the top left corner. And so I have this, I think it's Martha Stewart ruler that you can expand so that it's longer than 12 by 12, because when you go from corner to corner, it's a little bit longer, so I have to cut it myself. And so I use the ruler to trace a line, and then I can cut the line with my scissors. And so I won't use the other corner, but at first I had thought I was going to use this one as like pretty much half of the paper for the background. But when I start cutting things and laying it out, I realized that I want to add a little bit more layers, and so I will trim it down a little bit, but we'll get there. So this blue is going to be my back paper, and see, I wanted to have it to have like the line. I didn't want this to go all the way in the corner, and so I have it sitting in the corner now, but I wanted to pull in these little goats that have little hats and stuff on. I think they are adorable, and I will be scrapbooking pictures of my dog on 4th of July. And so I thought, oh, well, I need to put the goats that have the hats on, because of the pictures, I'll have one where he is sitting on our fireplace, where it's all decorated for 4th of July, and he's wearing his little 4th of July bandana. And then I have a close-up of him in his little 4th of July bandana. And so I was like, well, I definitely need to put the goats on here somewhere. And so I did those in so that I could have that also cut at an angle and put that in the bottom right. And here's where I decide, well, I want this part to be a little bit smaller. And so I'm just going to cut off a chunk of it. And then I actually will use the blue backside that has the white stars, and I will use that at the bottom. And so I definitely like this better, because then I can pull that down and have that blue paper kind of have a mat there. And then I like this with the stars going to go across the center as well. And so I'm going to start working with my mixed media. And I did pull in my distress ink in fired brick and candied apple, but I end up using the fired brick red, and then I also pulled in the chipped sapphire and broken china, but again, I only used the chipped sapphire. And so I just used a stronger piece of cardstock and cut the cut file out from MK and Janet, and then I am using the candied apple and putting it through. I think I said I use the fired brick, but I use the candied apple, not the fired brick. And so I will do 3 of them. I do this one so that it's kind of off of the side, and then I'll have a full one in the middle, and then a bottom one where it's just a little bit of the burst on the other side. And so while I'm doing that, make sure that you check out the description box below. There is all the information about 31 days of cut files with MK and Janet. So I have their YouTube channels on there, so you can go and you can like and subscribe and give them some love. I also have the playlist, so you could just watch all the amazing videos and see what everyone is doing with the wonderful cut files and how they're using them. And there's also a Facebook page as well. And so all of that is going to be down in the description box. So there'll be tons and tons of inspiration. And I also included the link to MK's shop, Some Assemblage Required, if you want to purchase the cut files. Or if you just want to purchase some of the other amazing things that she has in her shop. And so that's all down below. And so after I got the layer of the candied apple, I then took the stencil and I turned it just a little bit, and then I went back over with chipped sapphire, and it kind of just gives it a little bit of depth and adds some more color. And then it's kind of cool, the ones that the red and blue go together make purple. And so I really like how these turned out, and I liked using this as a stencil, and I actually will probably keep this stencil and use it some more because I really like how it turned out. It's just the right, like the thickness of the burst parts is just the right thickness. So it's not like a thick firework, it's a very thin one, but you could even do even more colors on it and have many of the little burst parts be different colors, and I think that it would look beautiful. But so there's all my little bursts with the cut file, and then I pulled in my Distress Mica Stain in Tart Cranberry, and I really like this one because it has like a little bit of a shimmer to it. And then I pulled in some Distress Oxide Spray in the Salty Ocean, just to add a lighter blue color to it, since my little goats are a lighter blue. I wanted to add that up there as well. And so I let that dry, and then I started to assemble all my layers. And you can see here's where I am using the back side of that just to add something at the bottom. So it's kind of like the fireworks kind of are peeking out from the stars there. And so here's those fabulous pictures of our little dog Yodes. Well, Yoda, we call him Yodes. And I wanted to back each of those just in some white photo mat first, and so I just pulled in like a scrap piece of paper and used the back of it. And then this red plaid is actually the back of the goats, and so I wanted to get some more red on here, and so I'm gonna make just one large photo mat that both of the photos will sit in. And so it really kind of helps just make the photos pop. And I purposely printed these smaller because I really just wanted the fireworks to really show up. I didn't want to cover them, and these photos are adorable, and putting them on this red background helps them pop, even though that they are smaller. But I then just started pulling in off the sticker sheet. I, of course, again, had to use the little goat, and I put that on the bottom left of the photos. And then I really liked this border that was the floral from the sticker sheet, but of course it's not long enough for the diagonal. So I put it at the top, and then it was just enough there. When I do the bottom there, you'll see that part of it is missing underneath the little barn, but I will pull in a sign that says "Hooray for the USA," and then it'll just cover up that spot, so it looks like the flower border goes from the corner to corner. And I had it hang off the corner a little bit so that I could trim the corners and it would show an exact kind of pointy part, so it fit exact. But you can see there that my little cluster, I have the goat, the barn, the little I'll put a little firework up there, and then that little sign just covered it so that you didn't know that border didn't go all the way through. And I had pulled in the 4th of July and thought I was going to put it up there with the fireworks, but I decided to pull it back down by Yoda there. And I like the idea of keeping all of my clusters more around the photos and not messing with my mixed media up there. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in my Nuvo crystal drops in, I think it's garnet. Autumn red. And then I pulled in also the blue. I'm not sure what the blue one is, but I pulled in that light blue color again, and I just put some more dots around my fireworks, and then a couple of the dots around the the photo cluster. But that's going to be the layout. It's a short and sweet one. I love the cut file as a stencil, and again, make sure you check out everything in the description box below, as well as thank you to everyone that's liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons below. I'd love to have you, and I hope everyone has a great day. Bye!